Can the idealist in Arvind Kejriwal also make a good chief minister? What awaits Delhi? Anarchy or true Swaraj? That's the centre stage face-off tonight. Joining us on this program, Rahul, Mehra from the Aam Aadmi Party. Congratulations on what seemed to be an impossible dream. Arvind Kejriwal now set to become the next chief minister. Also with us this evening, Shankar Iyer from the Congress Party. Siddharth, Nath, Singh. The BJP seems quite cut up with Arvind Kejriwal going to the Lieutenant Governor and telling him that he wants to be Chief Minister. Why is Modi and the BJP so upset? With me in the studio, one of India's foremost political commentators, Sanghvi. Also with us, one of India's best anthropologists. We've got Shiv Vishwanath in Ahmedabad tonight. I want to go across first to Sanghvi. He's been a populist. He's been an idealist. Can this idealism, can this romance translate now, sir, into good governance?
I don't see why not, because if you see him as just a figurehead or an idealist or an airy-fairy dreamer, then of course there are questions. But he's not. This is a man who's created a movement from the ground up, who has handled a fallout with Anna Hazare, whose movement this allegedly was, has come out the winner, has coped with the hostility of former activists like Swami Agnivesh, Kiran Bedi, who were his allies at one time, has kept his eye on the ball, has kept this movement together, and has pulled off the impossible. Clearly, this man is not just a dreamer, is not just a figurehead. This is a man who knows how to get complicated things done and to make it look easy.
Shankar Iyer, the Congress and Sheila Dikshit especially quite skeptical about whether this dreamer can get the job done. But do you believe that a man who can build a party in 2 years, which gets 28 seats and 29.5% of the vote, can also now prove to be a good administrator? Is your money on Kejriwal proving to be a good chief minister, better than Sheila Dikshit, or do you think he'll be an absolute disaster, sir?
I'm not a betting man. I certainly hope that he will be able to fulfill the hopes that have been reposed in him. I am delighted that he took the advice I gave him on your program, on your channel, that he should move away from this jokery of gathering in Ramlila ground and come into politics. And I'm glad that Yogendra Yadav has accepted the advice, which I again think I gave on your channel, that they should form the government. Now that they're forming the government, I want to congratulate them on forming the government. I want to extend to them my sincere good wishes, but I'm afraid I'm not a sorcerer. I can't look in a crystal ball. I don't know whether they'll succeed, but I give them my very best wishes to succeed.
Shiv Vishwanathan, you are a bit of a sorcerer of sorts. Tell us, do you think on the basis of everything that we've seen of Arvind Kejriwal so far, he will be able to be a good chief minister? Can he be better than Sheila Dikshit, or do you think the man is just going to walk into a trap and trip over?
Look, he's going to be a different kind of chief minister. Sheila Dikshit is a professional. Arvind Kejriwal is a professional of a different kind. See, he has to do two things. He has to change the culture of politics, which Sheila Dikshit didn't change. He has to move from the transparency of electoralism to the transparency of governance. If he can achieve that, I think he has dispatched Sheila Dikshit to history.
Dispatch Sheila Dikshit to history, and that's something, Siddharth Nath Singh, that the BJP seems quite worked up about. Why is the BJP so upset, Siddharth, that Arvind Kejriwal is becoming the next chief minister? Do you think he can steal some of Modi's thunder, especially if he turns out to be successful, Siddharth?
Well, Rahul, let me say at first that we congratulate Arvind Kejriwal, his party, that they are forming the government, and yes, acknowledging they have been able to form a government, and it's a very new party which came about a year and a half back, and they have come into. So let me congratulate them on that. Now the issue is whether he will be in a position to deliver or not deliver, that the time will tell. But we must understand he threw to the Delhi voters an alternate kind of politics led by his idealism, which was accepted by the Indian Delhi voters, and they voted for him. Now the issue is, has he moved that goalpost in order to become the chief minister? And the answer is very simple: yes, he has moved. He criticized Congress, us, everybody, that it is no business with BJP and Congress. because Congress is highly
I'm
corrupt.
coming to that in part 2.
He said a lot of
Siddharth,
things.
you're moving away from the question
well,
I asked you.
need
I'm
to
coming to
answer
that. We will be
No, I'm
debating
not
that in
moving.
part 2 tonight.
I'm not moving.
I'm asking you a straight question. Do you
Rahul,
think Kejriwal
Rahul, I
can
need
prove
to
to
give
be
my
a
answer
good
whether you
chief
like it or
minister?
not.
Can the idealist turn an effective and efficient administrator? Answer just this question. I'm coming to whether he's betrayed his supporters later. Siddharth, we'll come to that in part 2.
Well, Rahul, you can come in any part for that, but the issue remains, you have said whether his idealism will lead to good governance. So I'm answering very simply that his idealism has taken a backseat. He has made a 360-degree somersault for achieving what he has achieved. So his opportunism is being masked by a public referendum. Now that's where the issue comes. When BJP, Congress or any one of us, any political party does it, we are criticized, including Mr. Arvind Kejriwal criticizing and pointing to us that they are forming the government because they are opportunists. When anybody asks them a question a week back,
Siddharth's going away from my question. I won't allow this, Siddharth. That's not my question and that's not the answer. We'll come to that in part 2. I want to go across to Rahul Mehra because Rahul, there are very serious questions of Arvind Kejriwal. He has no experience in administration. Your MLAs are green-ons, they are novices. Several haven't ever been inside the Delhi Assembly before this. It's easy to promise the moon, but can Kejriwal now deliver the moon to the people who voted for him?